Well, welcome to Bring Out the Woman, the podcast where faith meets healing, purpose meets truth, and women rise from the walls that once held them. I am so excited today. For one, I'm at the Q Spot. Yes, we're so excited. It is a cafe in an event space. They serve brunch. They are located in West Hampton, New Jersey on 790 Woodlane Road. If you're ever in the area, we invite you to check them out. And you can look them up on all social media platforms. Love Q Stop. But the real treat today is who's sitting next to me. And this is my dear, oh my goodness, she's become a friend, a sister friend, more than a friend.
Absolutely.
Yeah, more than a friend. But she started off as my life coach, and she continues to coach me. She does. The incomparable. There are so many things I can say about her, but Sharon is so gifted in helping women find their voice, reclaim their power, walk in their truth. And also, along with her wonderful husband, Oscar, they lead a marriage ministry, SOS Network, where they help couples, overcome, different things they've been through, help them develop better communication skills, walk in forgiveness. They have a powerful, powerful story about how God redeemed their marriage. I have to bring her back on for another time for that. But welcome, Sharon Sadler.
Thank you, Boo.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me. It's really such an honor. Anytime I can support you, it's always an honor. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, we support each other.
We do.
We're going to talk about today the cost of silence when strong women don't speak. And it's really personal to my story, which is why I wanted to have Sharon on today. Part of the reason why I even have a podcast, Offering the Woman, because there was a woman in me that needed to be brought out. And I was walking in hurt, pain, silence, rejection, just so many things. But we're going to get into it. And so I have my first question for Sharon, which is, when you hear the phrase, the cost of silence, what comes to mind for you?
The cost of silence. That goes deep. And the first thing that comes to mind, especially for women, is survival. I think about survival. I think about that, it's not that women aren't strong, that don't speak up or don't use their voice. I think because we have been trained or cultivated in a culture that didn't always honor our voice, didn't always recognize it in the room. We were taught to be seen and not heard as little girls.
True.
And we also were taught to, just kind of agree. So I think the cost is heavy, and we've carried a lot on our backs. We stay silent most times out of fear. We stay silent out of fear for rejection. We stay silent out of fear of being corrected or even punished. The fear of loss of love. You speak up too much. Who's going, you get to be seen or known as being too much.
Yes, that's true.
Too much.
Know it all.
Yeah, the know it all. So that's what I think about when I think with that question, the cost of silence. It has cost us dearly.
Yeah, there is a cost to it. Like you said, it's heavy, it's weighty. And I like how you point out that it is directly related to like a root cause.
Yes.
When I think about myself, even when we met, where I was, of not speaking up and keeping silent, I was taught that even in childhood.
Exactly.
And so when you go back, you realize whether that came through rejection or the first time you spoke up, you were, kind of hushed, you just kind of develop those skills to say for the greater good of others.
Right, right, right. It's part of the nurturing, it's part of the peacemaker.
Yeah.
Just agree and be silent. Don't push back, don't
Right.
give resistance.
Right.
So, yeah, that thing is pretty much cultivated from when we are little girls.
No, it's true. And what I was thinking about though is you tested me in this.
I think I tested you in a lot of areas.
No, but in this you did because I was silent when it came to making decisions
Yes.
for my life that was
Yes.
vital, like vital to my mental
Yes.
health, to my well-being, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was loud in other.
Oh, honey.
Can you tell the people about
Listen,
that?
do you want me to
Yes, tell them.
Listen, so we would be in sessions and
On Zoom.
Mm-hmm. And I would get this beautiful being that you see before you, but I would get this version of very mousy. I'm not going to even put it another way. She was, real quiet and subdued, and because I didn't know her personally, she came as a referral to me, and we started our sessions, and I'm getting to know her. Well, let me tell you where the mistake was made. The mistake was, and I knew that she had the title and was known as Minister Keon at that point, but I had never been in her presence under her ministry and ministering.
Mm-hmm.
And but we became friends on Facebook.
That's the wrong thing to do. Don't become friends on Facebook with your life coach.
We became friends on Facebook, and I just happened to be scrolling one day, and I see Restoration Station,
Mm-hmm.
and I see, is that Keon? So she's praying, and I'm looking and I'm listening, and I said, well, who is that? Because that is not the person that shows up at these sessions. And I mean, she is praying down heavy. And I said, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got your number.
Yeah.
We won't be doing that anymore.
Right.
Right.
And that is when you challenged me.
Absolutely.
Because you said, oh, I found out who you are.
Absolutely.
And I don't know who this person is compared to what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
But those two things have to blend. You can't be silent in one area
That's
and
right.
so loud in another. And so I think for me, I was thriving, in church.
Mhm.
I was thriving in my job, but I was having a problem with translating that power in my own personal life,
Mhm.
right? Because I think if we can get glimpses of, oh, I got a little freedom here, and over here people are celebrating me,
Mhm.
sometimes that feels enough. Right. And I was literally taking my sessions in the basement.
In the basement. In the basement, honey.
But I think the silence, when I look back on it,
Yeah.
it was just my thought about my life was in the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think in one of the sessions, I think I pointed that out. I'm
You
like,
did.
do you even see where you are
Yeah.
right now?
I had a big house. I could've went
Yeah,
to
right.
any
I
room.
said, why are we choosing to do this in the basement?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a lot of awarenesses that needed to take place
Yes.
for yourself.
Yes.
But I do recall our very first session, me mentioning about reclaiming your voice.
Yes.
Because even though I didn't know the minister Keon,
Mm-hmm.
I knew instinctively and through discernment that you had a voice.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, we're gonna get
We're
that
going to get that
voice.
voice.
We're gonna get to that voice. So,
But it took a while.
It did.
It took a while.
It did.
And at one point, Sharon even said to me, I think I'm not the best person for you,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mhm.
Because she had been trying to coach me for months to
Yep.
make that one decision. And she said, maybe, and to her credit, because you could have kept still seeing me. But she said, no, because this is what got me. She said, you talk a good game.
Well,
But you don't practice what you preach.
Yes.
And when I took that made me so mad, y'all.
She was mad, y'all.
I
She
wanted
was
to
mad
tell
at
her
me.
off. I was like, she don't know me. We only been talking to each other a couple of months. But when you got Holy Spirit, the revealer of truth, and I think that is so what I love about the work that you do, is because you use the key words, discernment, prayer, that when we are silent, let's talk about how spiritually draining that can be for your life. When you're silent, what are the emotional and spiritual costs of being silent?
Well, we mentioned it previously when we talked about it in the weight, and it is. But you not only keep that silence in, but your body is carrying that. Your body is carrying the things that you will not speak. And as I've told you in our sessions, and I'm sure you've heard it in other places, you cannot heal what you don't speak or acknowledge. You can pretend, you can deny, you can resist, you can try to run away from it, but it's not going anywhere. It's going to sit within your body, and then you start having physical manifestations of that thing, that trauma, that pain, whatever it is. You're going to start feeling it physically. I know I have when I've gone through it, and we know that you have.
Yes, absolutely.
So
one of the key reasons
yes,
that I realized my body just started giving out.
Yep.
Yeah. And it was like, you have to do something.
Absolutely.
Or I could have stayed there. And really, I think a lot of times that's what we do. And until we're drowning. And then we're calling for help. 911. Now everybody has to
That's right.
come to save you, to revive you. And that's why we wanted to have this conversation, because if you feel like you're silenced, we want you to know that you can get help and break free.
Absolutely.
But that it takes work.
It takes work. It takes work. It takes reflection.
Yes.
It takes truth.
Yes.
You have to start with yourself in telling the truth.
And I think that's the hardest part.
It really is.
Because you start really seeing that you're fake news. That's how I started. When you brought that to me, like, you can't be here in one place over like this.
Right.
And over here,
where's the authenticity that you're talking about?
Can't talk about it.
You can't.
Yeah.
If you're not living it,
yes.
hush it on up.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. And even though when I look back, I was able to pour on others.
Yes.
I wasn't receiving, when I was pouring, I wasn't really receiving for myself.
And that's where the deception comes in.
Yes.
That's the lie.
Yes.
That we tell ourselves.
Yep, I'm good.
Because I'm good.
Yes.
I'm still being used by God.
You see these people blessed.
They are so blessed.
But I go home crying.
Yes.
Yeah.
You come home a wreck.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want to live like that anymore. I couldn't. My body was giving out on me. My emotions were giving out on me. I started struggling, in the places too where I thought I was doing seemingly well. You even start struggling in those places,
absolutely,
because you can't think clearly.
Nope.
You don't have clarity of thought, or even just to be resolute.
Yes.
And that was a word that came through for me. Like once I got my voice back, then I could make some real hard decisions.
You can make the decisions because once you have your voice back and that sound comes forward, you're able to be more decisive.
Yes.
You start to trust yourself.
You do.
And I think that's part of the real struggle.
Yes.
We not only are we kind of taught not to speak, but we are constantly put in positions where we're questioning and doubting ourselves. We look outside for that validation constantly.
Yes.
Constantly. Why is
I
that?
don't know. I
Why
think
is
it's something like you said, even, with girls growing up, and especially during my time, your time too, where you're kind of steered towards a certain
Yes,
career,
yes.
or it's fine for the boys to be outspoken.
Yep.
But if you're, like you said, if it's a woman, or you're a young lady and you're always voicing something, they think you're a know-it-all, you're trying to take over,
Yes.
instead of being a positive.
Yes.
And so then we compare ourselves.
Oh, Lord. Don't even get on that.
Yeah, that led
Yes.
to, me maybe not moving out doing things because you're comparing what someone else is doing.
Yeah.
And instead of just starting where you are,
Yeah.
And letting God do the rest.
It comes from belief systems that we start to have. I know that I had a very core belief that nobody cares, or I'm not good enough. I'm just not good. I just didn't think I was good enough. So it kept me in the background. I was there to support everybody else. I'll be the biggest cheerleader for everybody else. I'm there, Johnny on the spot, to help in any kind of way and support. But when I was challenged to step out and do some of the things that I know God was asking me and requesting for me to do.
Yeah, back it up.
Yeah. I'm not good enough.
Yeah, but we found out we are good enough.
We are good enough. We are. That's why we are sitting here, because we are good enough.
And it takes accountability too.
Yes.
To have people, in your life to reflect and say, girl, you got this.
Yes.
You're not in this by yourself. If God is calling you to do this, we're going to walk alongside of you.
Absolutely.
Be your biggest cheerleader. What practical steps help women rebuild confidence in their voice? Like what do you use in your coaching?
Practical steps. Well, first of all, stillness. Stillness and silence, one with God, because I get the opportunity in the stillness to hear God clearly and envision myself the way God sees me, and not the way others, or the way I think others may see me. The second thing is to break away from the noise. We are around so much noise. True. I am very, very, very particular on what I read, what I allow in, what I hear. I don't look at the news. Sorry, y'all. I'm just not that person. I just do not, because it affects my spirit. It gets me thinking. It brings in fear. It brings in all these other emotions. And you start to do little things for yourself. Maybe you can't jump off and take that vacation and but start to do little things for yourself, to celebrate yourself. Start to celebrate the small wins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not always looking for like the big,
not the huge thing. It doesn't have to be huge. Little steps, baby steps. Whether you're taking baby steps to reach the end of the finish line, or you're running, you're going to get there.
You're going to get there.
You're going to cross that line.
Yeah.
So appreciate you. God has you here for a reason, for a purpose. We all have purpose.
We do.
And your purpose doesn't belong to someone else.
That's right.
Somebody else doesn't get to dictate who you are in God.
Right.
And who you're supposed to be. That's right.
That's what I always say.
So, confidence, and it's a tricky thing, because you and I talk about this all the time. I mean, we sitting up here, and yes, we strong
for the moment.
Listen, we will call each other in a minute.
In a minute.
Listen, Keon just did. I'm sorry, Pastor Keon.
It's okay.
Keon just did an event for me, and It was a beautiful event. It went so well, but let me tell you how scared the sister was. I was just genuinely terrified. Like I just all of a sudden,
Don't know
2
why.
days before, I'm just getting all the thoughts and feelings and doubts, and I had to make my own back call, right?
Yes.
Send the signal up. I'm like, girl, a girl needs some talking
Yes.
to, and yes, she did.
And that is a practical step that
Yeah.
someone can take.
Support.
Reaching
Support.
out.
You need a team.
I always say you need a team. You need your
Mhm.
911s. When
Yes,
you're
you
in
do.
a panic,
Yes, you do.
who do you call? Or I've learned the sacred part of having friends that I can be really vulnerable and transparent around.
You need those people.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
need-
When I'm like, girl, I think I'm about to hurt
Yeah.
somebody. So can you pray for me?
Yeah, that's it.
But it's
Talk
real.
To me, pray for me.
Yes.
Tell me to stop acting whatever.
Yes. Tell me I got this. I
Yes.
can do it. And that's what we were saying to you. Like, you got this. This is, you know what it is? You do it every day. It was like, why are you getting overwhelmed by being in a space that you curated to lead? And you didn't just do it alone. You brought in others.
That's right.
You know, and that's another way of helping you make baby steps in reclaiming your voice.
Yes.
Is if you can't say it all, bring other people in the room with you.
Amen.
To do it.
That's it.
Right?
That's it. I think that's one of the first steps or first things in our earlier sessions. I don't know if you remember, but I remember, you were so scared. You were so scared. And I told you, please, every time you step in that room, every time whether you had to go to court, whether it was in church, whatever, I want you to picture your own Avengers.
Yes, you did say that. That helped.
Your own Avengers.
Yes.
You had this one, and this one, and this one.
Yeah.
I said, and I know I'm new to the game, but
You
I'm
said,
right there.
Right there too.
I'm right there.
No, it's
you
true.
Have your own Avengers. Lean on that. Understand who you have behind you. There is not one person that's going to let you fall or fail.
Right.
So.
And as I always say to you, what you're saying to me, reverse
Yes,
it on you.
Yes, you did. I'm like, don't be using my words on me.
Finally, I can, so I will. I couldn't before. But what would you say to the woman listening who knows she's been silent too long? She's struggling.
You get to stand up in this world and be validated, recognized, and heard by an audience of one, and that is God. He is the only one that matters. He is the only one that helps. He is the only one that can turn your situation around. He is the one who gave you your voice in the first place. And he didn't give it to you for you to stay silent. And though it may not be easy, and it's not, even with using your voice, you can take baby steps. You can take baby steps. Start praying in a more affirmative way. We know we ask God for things on a daily basis. But there's something about the power of prayer. There is something about the power of your word. When you speak that thing out, you speak it, say it until it comes to pass.
Yes.
And and if you don't know your own words to say, there are plenty of books. Listen to affirmations.
Yes.
All these things. Make sure you're taking in. It's just like food. Make sure you're ingesting and digesting on some powerful things and words that are going to help you build up your confidence, that just how you see yourself, because that's where the shift comes. It's really how you see yourself It's not about how others see you, because even how you believe others see you is something you made up in your own mind. It's not even a fact.
And it's self-betrayal, and that what's that other word everybody always talks about when you're always like kind of I can't think of it right now that's because I'm in my 50s.
We know it floats
it's
away.
Right here. And somebody in the room knows. Y'all can shout it out if you want to. But it's like self-sabotage.
Yeah.
And when you just got me, I'm sorry, I got to go back to the moment when you said you can start by reclaiming your voice in front of an audience of one. God.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
It's
only you and God in the room.
That's it. And once you start there, he does the unlocking.
Yeah.
And in my situation, I realized just like those baby steps, some days I didn't feel anything was changing or shifting. But as time went on, I could tell by the way I was moving, by how I was starting to make hard decisions.
Yes.
And when I finally was challenged to say, let go. That came in my stillness and in a moment with God.
Yes.
With him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, we talked about this as well in our sessions. I said, because you would share that sometimes you didn't feel any changes, any movement. And I said, you just have to trust this process.
Yeah.
Because within the process, there's a lot of Mr. Miyagi going on, right? That karate kid, there's a lot of wax on wax off.
This ain't working, Sharon. These words of affirmation, this ain't working. Sometimes you feel like, is God hearing my prayers? I don't even think he's hearing me. Or the cost of silence. I'm going to tell you one that really was heavy on me that I made is I wanted God to do all the work.
Oh, honey.
Honey, I wanted him to be the miracle worker. You turned this water into wine and healed the blind. Why can't you come in here and just flip this whole situation?
That's right.
But one of the first things, and I remember you said to me, was this is not about your marriage. This is about you.
We got some amens in the room.
Yes, I told y'all we at the Q spot, so we got a little audience today. But yes.
I know you were so resistant.
I was resistant.
But you know what? Everybody is when I say that. Every single one of them was no. It's about this person.
It's about him. What you talking about me? I'm good. You ain't know? I'm good. But no, I wasn't good. And it reminded me of the scripture: faith without works is dead. Like God was like, I'm not doing any of this.
That's right.
Until you do something. You have to plant a seed in the ground for it to flow. Like something has to die. Something has to be in the dirt.
That's it.
And I was in the dirt, but I just wasn't willing to bloom. I wanted him to do all the work. But you sprinkled some water. Pastor Joy, who's going to be my guest, sprinkled water. Restoration Station, my friends.
Yes.
Just my kids. Just different places. Started sprinkling, water. And then God gave the increase.
And it brings us to your truest self.
Yes.
Which is what we see today.
Yeah. But thank you for not giving up on me.
Hey, listen. Well, I also told you, as long as you show up, I'll show up.
Yes. Yes, you did say that. Yep, you did. And you foresaw a lot of things that I'm stepping into or doing. You kind of had already seen it. And when she was saying it, y'all, of course I was like, no. You see me, I'm so broken, But God does beautiful things with brokenness.
Yes, he does. Because he doesn't see you in that state either.
No.
God does not. No. And again, following guidance and unction from the Holy Spirit, I saw you so much like this already. Yeah. So God is just good.
Thank you. I love you.
See
why I love her?
I love you so much.
So Sharon, thank you so much for being with us. Can you tell people how to connect with you?
Absolutely. Listen, if you'd like to connect with me, you can on Facebook. under Sharon Sadler, or my business page, SOS Marriage Network, that I share with my husband. On Instagram, we are under SOS Marriage Network as well, or my personal page, S on my chest, Mimi. Um, and as far as our services are concerned, we do one-on-one coaching, we do couples coaching, relationship coaching, which means it can be mother-daughter, father-son, as well as premarital coaching. So you can DM me, inbox me. I'll be glad to serve you.
Don't miss the opportunity to connect with her. And I want to remind you to, join us again. And as always, remember that you are worth the work. The woman you are becoming is worth the work. And you have to do your work. So just remember that God is with you. He wants you to become more than where you are right now. And He wants to bring you out of every wall that tries to silence you. So until next time, keep bringing out the woman.